to the entertaining Talkin' Sports.
What is going on, football fans? Back at it with another New York Giants video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the often talked about Deandre Baker. And usually it is for the wrong reasons. Of course, we remember the story that came out about a week ago where Deandre Baker seemingly said that he did not know the playbook 10 games into his NFL career. Well, now an article came out by Jordan Raanan of ESPN.com that basically says that the players in the locker room are now starting to call him out for his lack of effort on the football field. And that is a huge, huge problem. And we're going to get into the quotes by some of the unnamed players and named players in this article by Jordan Raanan of ESPN.com. It was also later published by Giants Wire, along, I believe, with NJ.com. And this is a big, big problem if this is the case. And Deandre Baker could do one of two things with this. He could learn from it and never let it happen again and give you 110%, or he will roll up in a ball and die. And hopefully that is not the case, because we have had a lot of underwhelming first-round picks over the course of the last 10 years or so, specifically at the cornerback position. Prince Amukamara didn't really work out, at least here, not for where he was drafted. Eli Apple certainly did not work out, and Deandre Baker is not off to a good start. He ranks 113 out of 113 per PFF at his position. So if you didn't realize, that's dead last. So that is a big problem for the New York Giants and for Deandre Baker. But let's jump into some of the quotes written in this article that came out of the mouth of some of the New York Giants defensive players. There's Deandre Baker, and here's the tweet by Jordan Raanan regarding the article. He said, "It has been an up and down rookie season for Deandre Baker, who was called out last week in front of the team for his effort on this unacceptable play." And of course, we all remember this play during, I think that's during the Jet game, where he just completely had a lack of effort. So here is the first quote. "Two players recently described Baker as a handful this season," sources told ESPN. "It's an issue that has become noticeable, even to guys on the offensive side of the football." Here's the next quote. "The 30th overall pick described the first 10 games of his rookie season, which have him ranked 113 out of 113 cornerbacks graded by Pro Football Focus as up and down. But Baker is adamant that there has been improvement each week. He insists he's better now entering Sunday's game against the Chicago Bears than he was during the first half of his rookie season." Here's the next quote. "It was kind of a moment that could permanently stain a resume. The play was reviewed harshly in front of the entire team after the loss to the Jets, according to sources. I've never seen anything like it," one player said at the team meeting last week when Baker was taken to task. And finally, here is the last quote I pulled up. "He knows that is unacceptable," safety and team captain Michael Thomas said. "We're in a league where you got to be able to have guys that can talk to one another and say, 'Look, bro, I depend on you, and you depend on me.' Plays like that are unacceptable." So there's some of the quotes, very telling quotes. And in that article, Deandre Baker said that he swears that he is improved and he expects to play a lot better in this Bears game. Well, he better, because with quotes coming out like this and the locker room starting to turn on Baker, not turn, but calling him to task, I should say, he's got a lot of pressure now to perform, and to perform at a pretty high level. Otherwise, there will be guys on this roster who can replace him. Janoris Jenkins is still a very experienced corner. Sam Beal could step in and take your spot in a second if you do not put forth that effort. And, we've seen guys get cut. I mean, you look at the Jets this year. They cut a guy before the season started. Ja'Gai Polite, who was supposed to be a first-round pick, who the Jets were able to get in the third round, but they cut him before the season started because of lack of effort and things of that nature. Now, I don't expect Baker to be cut, but he could certainly lose his starting job, and maybe he needs to. Maybe this kid needs a wake-up call, because some of the things that you've heard coming out of his mouth and the players' mouths are unacceptable. And hopefully he's taking a task for this, and hopefully Pat Shurmur and the rest of the coaching staff, James Betcher for one, get in this kid's ear and get him to wake up and hopefully starts to play at the level that we all expected to see when we drafted this kid in the first round. We'll have to wait and see how it all plays out when Deandre Baker and the New York Giants take on the Chicago Bears in just a few 2 short days on Sunday. As always, if you liked what you watched, please subscribe, drop a comment, maybe give me a little thumbs up. Cheers.